Bird shit? It's definitely not as clean as it was when I got here, unfortunately. But that's what you get, I guess. A little squeak, you can hear that shit going on, I don't know why. California car duster coming in clutch. Well, after a little light car cleaning, we are on the road. I am on my way to Tim Hortons because I need a coffee ASAP. I am just absolutely dying for a coffee. Just got back in. Flight was roughly, I think, 5 hours or so. I slept for, I believe, 2 of them. I did a little bit of editing on the way back. And here we are right now, and I'm on my way home. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to get some sleep. And it's been one hell of a damn week, man. It really has. For my first E3, I gotta say, I had one hell of a goddamn experience. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. I'm gonna kind of just give you guys a little rundown on my day-to-day. I didn't end up doing any vlogs when I was there. And, you know, I was a little bit disappointed I didn't do that. But at the end of the day, I didn't have a lot of time to do a vlog style like that. I really did. I'm gonna clean this window though. It's filthy as shit, man. And you know, by the time we were back from E3 each day, we would then go out for dinner with everybody. By that time, you know, it's 8:30, 9:30, have a few drinks, and you know, you don't get back to the hotel till around 10:30. And at that time, you know, you don't really want to do very much other than just kind of relax, put your feet up, and you know, just go to sleep. And that's really what the day was on a day-to-day. And you know, me myself, I wasn't there like everybody else. You know, like Tomcat was there, Black Panther was there, and you know, they all were there and they were kind of able to explore a bit. But my job when I was there was to work the actual Thrustmaster booth for them, and I had an absolute phenomenal time. I met some great people while I was down there, and I had an absolute blast. I was still able to do everything that I wanted to do this weekend, or sorry, this week. I was able to, you know, visit all the games that I wanted to play. I got to play Forza Horizon 3, GT Sport, WRC6, all on their crazy rigs, and I had an absolute blast. I met the GT Planet guys when I was down there. I met Brian Eckberg once again. I met the crew behind Horizon 3, and you know, just everybody down there was so generous and so nice. And you know, even the WRC6 guys when I was down there, just absolutely phenomenal. They actually stayed a little bit extra because on the last day, I ended up going over there to actually play the game. And you know, it was just so busy throughout the entire week. I didn't want to hop in and, you know, take other people's spots. So their booth was actually right across from our booth. So the Thrustmaster booth was here, and I could see the WRC6 booth here. So I was eyeing it all week, and I was so happy and thankful that they, you know, actually took the time to let me play on the rig. They actually let me do a couple tracks, and I'm very, very impressed with WRC6 and very excited to get my hands on it at the end of, I think, October. Not 100%, maybe at the start of October. First week, again, I'm not 100% sure. I'll leave it down below for you guys, or let me know down below. But it was an absolutely one hell of a trip. I'm just about to get a damn cup of coffee, and we're going to do a little rundown on a day-to-day from E3. Now, first thing though, I talked a little bit about, before I left, about my extra battery supplies that I had from the NOCO company. I really do hope I pronounced that properly. But their products though, they've actually been an American company for over 100 years. They produce, you know, battery packs, they produce, you know, jumpers, and you know, they do a lot of things. And as I said, their catalog will be found down below for you guys. But I absolutely loved their products when I was gone. And you know, it definitely helped me out a lot. I never ran out of battery. I was able to charge my devices, and I needed it. And actually, every single day I needed that damn charger pack. And I hope I didn't miss Tim Hortons, man, because I think I did. You can hear my voice getting a little bit choppy. It's been a crazy damn week, man. It really has been, but I've been so happy. And you know, it's just been one hell of an experience. Now, the biggest thing, the biggest problem right now that I had was I tried to get one of the E3 license plates. Now, if you guys remember, when I went to Germany, I got the Essen Motor Show plate, and it was just like, it was like a European style plate. It said the Essen Motor Show 2015, right? Now, they had almost a similar style at the E3 merchandise booth, and I waited all the way to the last day to go get one. And I get in there, and she said literally just sold the last one out like 5-10 minutes ago. So I was devastated because I wanted that for the collection. But hopefully I'll be back next year and be able to get myself one then. There wasn't, you know, any dates on it or anything like that, but fingers crossed for next year, hopefully. And I mean, if I do go again next year, I'll be getting it day one. I'll be picking that shit up right away, man. But back to the battery packs though, didn't have any issues whatsoever, and just absolutely fantastic products. I didn't even have to charge the big XG6, I think it was, XBG6. I'm sorry if I missed the actual letter combination on that, but the 6,000 milliamp battery pack that I did get, never had to charge that a single time. And you know, it was just an absolutely phenomenal product. Held its charge, was able to charge everything very fast, and it was just, they were fantastic products. They really were. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to get to the flashlight one just because I didn't need to. I really had no use for it. I brought it, but you know, just to be safe, and you know, the big boy held in there. So if you guys are interested in extra battery packs or even jumper cables or anything like that, they actually offer a wide variety of products. The Noco company, 100-year American company, doing big things. Whole product list is down below. Highly encourage you guys to go check that stuff out. It's not a paid sponsorship by any means. They're not saying, hey, you know, we're gonna give you dollars to say that shit. No, man, they just hooked me up with the products, and I tell you guys how I think about them. And you know, honest opinion, 10 out of 10, hands down, for a battery pack like that, man. The battery supplies, 110%. I must have missed Tim Hortons, man. I am pissed right now. Look at that. Look at the goddamn voice crack right now. Holy shit, man. It's alright, I'll grab one when I'm in the city for sure. But, so E3, day one. I ended up arriving to E3 day one. And right off the bat, I got in, and that was on the Monday night. So when I got in there, it was really just a kind of relaxing day. We ended up going out to Santa Monica, and I was actually staying in Santa Monica when I was there, and it was about a half-an-hour drive from E3, but everybody that was at the Thrustmaster booth was in the Santa Monica area in the same hotel. So it was an absolutely beautiful place, 5-star hotel guaranteed. I gotta get over, okay, appreciate it. And just an absolutely phenomenal place over there. I mean, the vibe, the Santa Monica soul, if you will, man. It actually had a commercial on the hotel TVs that would just replay of like the Santa Monica soul, and would be talking to the locals, and it just had that chill vibe, you know. It had that kind of just, I want to stay here kind of thing, man. I mean, California is absolutely beautiful, and you know, Santa Monica in general, you know, LA is huge, but you know, Santa Monica is, you know, it's a very small knit community down there, and it was absolutely beautiful to stay in, and definitely really enjoyed that. You know, huge thank you to Thrustmaster for hooking all that up. You know, they ended up taking care of the hotel, they ended up taking care of the meals, everything for me. So I was very grateful that they were able to take me underneath of their team this week, and hopefully I did them well. You know what I'm saying? We were running the booths for the duration of the 3 days, and on my day-to-day, there was no set schedule for me. If I, you know, say if I wanted to go at any point in time, if I wanted to head over to Forza, Gran Turismo, you know, I just say, hey, I'm gonna hop out for half an hour, you got my spot kind of thing, you know, no problem whatsoever. Now, for the booths though, they had 4 racing rigs set up. So on my rig, I had a set of course on the PlayStation 4, and that was awesome. I was actually very, oh, we got a VQ right there, hell yeah. I had a set of course on the PlayStation 4, and it was absolutely phenomenal. I have very high hopes for the console version. First time playing it on console, absolutely loved it. I ended up getting some footage of that as well too, drifting, circuit racing. The track that I was running particular on my rig was the Nordschleife with the Ferrari 599XX, and that was an absolute phenomenal track. When I got there though, originally I was like, you know what? That's a big track to be running as a demo for people. I mean, it's not going to be, you know, 5-minute demo. It's going to be a minimum 7-minute demo, maximum about 10 to 11 minutes, right? So it was a longer demo, but the more that I watched people play, the more that I realized it was the perfect fitting track, because it was so long that when you were playing, yes, maybe they didn't know what they were doing right off the bat, but midway through the track, they really kind of understood the mechanics of the wheel, you know, how not to go too fast, braking points and such, and then they were able to really have fun with it the last stretch of the ring. And, you know, it was absolutely sick to see everybody kind of getting used to it at the very end of it. And, you know, we had all walks of life come in there, and, you know, we had people that were, you know, professional drivers come in there and try it out, to, you know, absolute beginners. And it was absolutely phenomenal to, you know, be able to showcase this to them and really just kind of interact with the community, and it was just an absolutely unbelievable time. And, you know, yeah, I was there helping out, but it didn't feel like it, man. It didn't feel like I was there for a 6-7 hour day some of the times, and it went by so quick because we were doing so much talking and so much kind of just interactions with people. It was just an absolutely awesome experience when I was down there. It really was. So on the other side of things, we had F1 2016, and I played that as well too for the first time, and I think I'm going to get one of those F1 rims. I really do. For the PlayStation 4, I'm going to pick that up because that game was really fun. And, you know, something about just having endless amounts of control with, you know, a very high horsepower F1, redlining to what, like 19 grand or something like that. It's absolutely nuts. And, you know, the cars just felt like a go-kart. It felt absolutely phenomenal. So I'm really intrigued in the F1 side of things. And I think moving forward, when the actual F1 2016 comes out, I think you guys are going to see some gameplay on there 110%. Now on the other side of things, we had Dirt Rally on the VR on the other side, and that was an experience, man. That was an absolute experience. First time on Dirt Rally on VR, and the track that they were running was a jump course. It had a lot of jumps in there, and it was nuts because when you get in midair, your body tells your mind that you're in, or sorry, your mind tells your body that you're in midair right now, but your body doesn't really know what to do about it, right? But your stomach still moves like you are actually in midair, kind of thing. So it was a very incredible experience. If you have never done a VR thing before, highly recommend at least, you know, trying it out one time. Me, myself, I'm not a huge fan of VR right now. Kind of held back as to the long-term effects of VR, and, you know, really we don't know at this point. We really don't. So, you know, I'm very hesitant to really get very in-depth with it and, you know, use it on a daily basis. I personally just like playing on TVs myself. You know, I've grown up on playing on TVs, and you know, that's where I think I'm going to stay. But, you know, for an experience once in a while, it is absolutely sick, and everybody needs to try it out at least once. We got a beautiful Genesis behind me here that's probably looking for me to get the hell out of the way because I'm going too damn slow. So we'll just maybe move it up a little bit for him, you know? And also, too, we had Project Cars being played with the VR, and that was sick. Wasn't a huge fan of it. Like I said, a lot of these things are still kind of in development with the VR, so I mean, you really just kind of have to experience it for yourself and give your own 2 cents about it. But it was definitely a hell of a lot of fun, and we'll never forget the experience though with that. So it was definitely sick. We got a lot of traffic up here. Holy shit. Now they also had the flight sims being used. I think they had 4 of them set up. They had War Thunder going down with them. They had the full-on Warthog set up, and it looked a hell of a lot of fun. Now, unfortunately, I did not get a chance to play it. I wanted to, just as it went along, it just kind of never ended up happening. And, you know, I probably could have at any point in time, but I was too busy playing Assetto and stuff like that in the mornings. So, unfortunately, I did not get to experience the VR side of things for flight. It would have been cool, but there's always next time. You know, it's not a problem at all. And we are getting stuck in traffic, man. I just want a damn coffee, man. That is it. So on day one, you guys know I had to go over to Forza Horizon 3. I got to play that on the console for day one, and it was an absolute unbelievable experience. I gotta say, for those of you guys that are waiting for it to hear, you know, what I have to think about it, hands down, this game is going to be absolutely insane. It is going to be the best Forza Horizon yet. You know, the features in there are going to make it the biggest community game as well too that we have ever seen for Forza. The physics on the game feel phenomenal. I was actually talking to Brian Eckberg about the physics on the game, and I asked him, you know, are they tweaked, are they changed a little bit? And they said that they've taken a lot of time to really work on the physics and, you know, just really master the tire models that are on there. And I could feel it on the road. It definitely had a different feeling, but a good feeling, and it felt like a Forza Horizon game should feel. So if you guys are still wondering, you know, is it going to feel like Forza Horizon 2? 110% it will, but it's going to feel a little bit better for you. I mean, I don't know how to explain it properly. Maybe it feels a little bit less arcadey, but it still has that Horizon arcadey feel to it, which is awesome, because that's what we love about Horizon is, you know, the toned down sim style and just, you know, the free roam aspect and, you know, community and just hanging out with your buddies and stuff like that, right? So I'm very excited for Forza Horizon 3. So the day one I got to do that, and I got to play with that on the console. Unfortunately, the rigs that were all set up were just absolutely packed, and I did not get a chance to do that. But are we going to be able to get over here? Now, of course, I asked Brian about the notorious S14. Of course, he knows, man. He sees the tweets and everything like that. He didn't confirm, he didn't deny about it. So unfortunately, I have no news on the S14, but fingers are crossed, right? I mean, but we got to understand, though, this is an Australian-made game. So, I mean, obviously, the S14 isn't on their top priority list. Obviously, you know, it'd be absolutely unbelievable to see it in the game. But at this point, though, I'm just excited for the game, and I just want to play the game and, you know, have it. And really, at this point, I could care less right now if the S14 makes an appearance in the game. It's not going to change if I'm going to get it or not at this point, because the game is phenomenal, hands down. So, you know, the map is twice as big. We now have a drone camera for online and single player mode, which I found out in the Forza behind the scenes. That was day 2, actually, day 2. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But, yeah, it was a crazy damn experience. There was so much to take in with it. And, you know, now we have female characters. We now have, you know, 350 cars on the list right out of the gate. We also have the brand new blueprint mode, which allows you to create and send out challenges, not just races, but also bucket lists to your friends and all that stuff too. So, I mean, it's gonna just amount for endless amounts of content. And look at the damn traffic though. Holy shit, man. For any of you guys that do the daily grind in traffic, I feel for you, man. I definitely do. I know what you're thinking right now, Slap. This is nothing right now, man. Try sitting at a standstill. But now we also have the addition in Forza Horizon 3 with the buggies, with the trophy trucks, with the different variations of the cars. And I will say, though, each car has a purpose. You know, each vehicle, sorry, has a purpose in the game. You know, if you're trying to take a Mustang off-road, it's not going to be that good, right? So, I mean, the buggy's definitely going to beat it 10 out of 10. But it is just going to be a phenomenal game to explore and look around. But that was my day 1 experience. I didn't get too much of a hands-on experience. I got to play 1 or 2 times with it on the console, and then that was about it. Now, day 2, though, day 2, oh man, day 2 was probably the biggest day. And I think the biggest thing about day 2 was the fact that I had a solid breakfast, man. Day 1, I missed my breakfast, unfortunately. I slept in a little bit too late. But day 2, though, I had a phenomenal granola, yogurt, strawberry, blueberry, damn beautiful breakfast at the hotel, and that set me for the day. It really did, and it made all the difference, man. I know what you're thinking, Slap. Come on, man. It's just breakfast, but it's breakfast. You know what I'm saying, man? Breakfast. Breakfast.
Oh my God! What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, the SLAPTrain, and welcome back, guys.